Hello Pisces, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a timeless reading. This energy was activated as soon as you clicked on this video. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Pisces, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Queen of Cups. You're someone with a lot of feelings, right? You're somebody who really is trying to get in touch with how you feel about something or someone. You're trying to listen to your soul, trying to listen to that almost gut instinctual feeling down and just in the depths of who you are, right? And I wonder if this has something to do with a family member. I'm getting kind of a sense of like there's somebody close to you that you're, I don't know, there's something going on here, right? The Queen of Cups is a very deep card. There is the surface of the water, there's the shallow end, and then there's the very, very deep water, the infinite depths, okay? Sometimes this card is about unconditional love. Sometimes this card is about self-love, right? It is really about trying to peel away the layers of our emotions to figure out what it is we really want, how it is we truly feel about whatever the situation is. Let's take a look. We need some context with this card, okay? A Four of Wands. We could be contemplating ending a relationship of some kind. Now we have a Queen of Swords, Five of Pentacles, the Emperor, the Lust or Strength card in the future position, Seven of Wands, there's an Ace of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Four of Swords. We're trying to make the right choice, okay? We're trying to go down to the very depths of our emotions to figure out what's there. We're trying to go to the very heights of our intellectual energy, right, to see what's up there. Trying to tap into the deepest emotions and the highest reasoning, okay, in order to figure out what to do about this thing, because it's not working, okay? It's not working. Let's select a mystery card. Bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it right here with Michael Scott right there on top. And now we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it in the comments down below. Okay? Let's look around the room. Yeah. We see a couple of major arcana energies. We see the Emperor, and we see the Lust card, Strength. Okay, an Emperor needs courage. An Emperor has to have a hunger, a thirst, a passion, has to have a drive, has to believe in themselves, but has to do it, has to be in control of ourselves, right? We have to be the masters of our own energy, rather than letting our desires, our appetites, sort of get the best of us, right? So these are our two major arcana energies. And I think we're trying to really search inside of ourselves. Again, we're sort of looking at our deepest depths and our highest heights, okay? We're going down to the very bottom of the ocean and to the very, very top of the atmosphere to understand how we think and what we feel, so that we can make the correct decision about something that doesn't feel like it's working right now. Okay? Does our discipline tell us that we love this so much that we are going to stick it out? Or does this say that, hey, you know what, there may be some reasons for me to stay, but ultimately this is something that the emperor has to kind of make the final decision and say, okay, there may be some aspects of this that are fulfilling, but are they enough for me to say, I'm going to stick it out, I'm going to keep fighting, right? We got a 7 of Wands as your general energy. And this is the question, do I keep fighting or am I banging my head against a wall here? Okay. So we've got the major arcana energies, and they, in some ways, they're very similar, but at the same time, they're rather different, right? Because the lust card here, it kind of says that we need control, but then the Emperor kind of says we have too much control. We are too rigid, we are too strict, too disciplined, right? And of course, the strength card, the lust card, is saying that we don't have enough discipline. Okay, so which is it? Is it too much or is it not enough? You know, we have fire, fire, fire. We got a little bit of water right here in the middle. That's it for the water. We've got air and air. We've got earth and earth. Okay. The Four of Wands is it's kind of like saying, look, a decision is going to have to be made. You can't stay on this merry-go-round forever. Eventually, we're going to have to make a decision. Something has to change. It's just kind of like, we're not really sure what yet. Okay? When we have a 4, any of the 4s here, we start looking around for the 5. Well, you're creating the 5 in the relationship by doing something different. Okay? So we have the 4, and it says that things can't continue on as they have. Something needs to change. Well, we have to figure out how we feel about something. This is kind of a card that says we're getting out of our head and we're just diving down to the bottom of the ocean to sit with our feelings, right? This is the opposite. This is saying, I don't want to get wet. I don't want to feel anything. I'm soaring up into the most rarefied air, the driest of the air that I can find, getting as far away from water as I can. These two cards feel like they are far, far away. Okay? I think we're sitting in our feelings right now. Underneath the surface, you've got this very strict kind of rational mind. And it might be that we're not really thinking clearly. This is below the surface. It's kind of like, for one, these two should be together. Heart and mind should be working together to figure this out. But not only do we have them separated, but we kind of have them above and below each other. You should be like this, right? It should be the water's down here, and then the air is above it, right? Because, you know, water is sort of rises, right? Bubbles go up, you know. But what we have is water that is sort of trapping this air underneath it. So I think that your clear thinking, your clarity, your objective viewpoint, your detached bird's eye view of the situation is being held captive by your emotions right now. And that's what we have to look at. Now, I'll tell you right off the bat, Tarot's not going to give you an answer. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Tarot's not even telling you what to do. Tarot, at the end of this, is giving you a 4 of Swords. It's saying, something's got to change, and you know that, but at least you're thinking clearly now, right? I'm not giving you the solution, showing you what the energy is so that you can make the right choice for you. And if anybody tells you that tarot is anything but teaching you how to become the magician of your own life, the mastering the art of manifestation, becoming the very best magician that you can be, they don't understand tarot. Okay? And I've been getting very adamant about that. People want an answer. Should I do this? Yes or no? Well, you've got to ask yourself, you know, your capital S, your true self. Tarot will give you the tools, will show you things that you need to look at in order to become the very best magician that you can be, so you can create your reality in harmony with your spirit, your soul, your heart, and your mind. Okay? I feel like we're kind of on the fence of something right now, but we recognize at the very least that something needs to change, that things can't continue on this circle that they've been going. Maybe this is a relationship, maybe this is a job thing, maybe this is like I'm trying to save money, but I keep getting money, I keep spending it, I'm not, you know, it's like it's not working. right? Something has to change. Behind you, you got that Five of Pentacles, and I feel like that's the issue that we're bringing to the reading today. The issue is there's some dysfunction. The issue is for you right now that you're holding something together just by threads, right? Something's very fragile, right? Something's about to just kind of break open, and you're trying to keep it together. Whether it's a relationship, a business, your own personal finances, your health, relationships with friends or family, or maybe it's just family stuff, whatever it is. It could be a relationship with this family member. I do feel that there's this older female energy in your life that there is some tension there. Okay, maybe it's a relationship with mom, grandma, older sibling, something like that. But something's not working, and you are the one that's trying to really hold it together. And I think you're trying to ask yourself, why? Why am I holding this together? Is it because I really love it? Is it because it's my responsibility? Is it because this is my path? This is where I belong? Or is it because I'm kind of scared of going into the future without this thing? You know, if I don't have this, if I'm not rushing around every day trying to hold this together, maybe you're spinning a bunch of plates, right? If I don't have all of these plates to spin, what am I doing? Right? What am I doing? So we kind of are led over to the lust card in the future position. It's a courage. It's bravery, right? We realize that the future, whatever we're looking at, right? Whatever the path forward for you is to take courage. Either have the courage to continue and stick it out and fight for this, implementing the necessary changes that are going to fix it, or the courage to face life without this, or the courage to move forward on your own. Let's say it's a financial thing, it's a job thing, or a career, or it's a relationship. The courage to move forward. We can't just keep spinning the wheels that we've been spinning right here because it's not going to work. Eventually, it's going to break down. Okay, it's starting to fall apart. You got it sealed up with duct tape. It's not good. It's not really going to last. Okay, the Emperor, of course, is that part of you that's saying, I need to be in control of myself. I need to not make a decision based on just how I feel. One day I hate this, one day I love it. One day I couldn't live without this person, the next day I can't live with the person, right? We know that our emotions fluctuate. So the Emperor is trying to be very almost stoic. Trying to make a decision based on logic, based on intuition, taking into account the feelings. It's kind of like we're looking for that assemblage point where our intuition, our instinct, our heart, our mind, and our body all sort of agree, reach a consensus. And I don't know that we have that right now. So the Emperor is kind of like has this decision to make. What is best for the realm? Stay here and fight, or cut the losses and go a different direction? Either way is going to take something new being added to this. If we add something new, we either fix the 5, we get a 6, or we stop the merry-go-round and we get a 5 of wands here, right? We're either creating a 6 or we're going to create the 5 here. But we need something new. Something different has to be added to the equation. And as the Emperor looks at the lust card, is thinking, okay, well, why am I staying here? What are the reasons to stay? Is it because there's something here that is satisfying me? Am I getting some sort of fulfillment here? And I don't want to lose that, right? It's kind of like the conditions are really, really poor, but hey, at least you're getting fed. You know what I mean? At least there's something there that is nourishing you. And that's kind of, if it wasn't for this, I'd be gone, right? Is that enough? Right? Is the appetite that we have for whatever we're getting here, is it enough to allow us to overlook everything else that we don't like? Okay, is that the cycle that we're in? Is that the cycle of, the conditions are very, very bad, but every once in a while I get a little reward. Every once in a while I get a little bit of satisfaction, a little bit of nourishment, and it sustains me. I can keep going. And even though things are bad, but I know I'm anticipating that I'll get that little bit of nourishment again. Okay? I think we have to realize that this is a cycle that's going to continue to sort of expand bigger and bigger and bigger until you're not likely to get that nourishment again. It's that kind of a cycle where the period between rewards are going to get longer and longer and longer until it's like, now I'm just here because I know I'm going to get a reward, but that reward's never going to come. See what I mean? It's sort of a psychological behavioral experiment. You make somebody do something difficult and you give them a reward, and then you just increase the duration of when they get the reward. It's like they do this with rats in a maze or something. I don't know how it works, but until the point where the rat's just going through the maze thinking it's going to get a reward that never comes. How long does the rat keep doing the thing before it says, hey, wait a minute, that reward's not coming, is it? Okay. So the Emperor's got a mighty serious decision to make right now. And it's important that we try to get a detached view of this, because I feel like what we're doing now is we're sitting in our feelings. We have a sentimental attachment. We have an expectation of a reward that may or may not be coming again. And we have this need to detach from the situation and look at it objectively. And this, again, it's unfortunate that your heart and your mind are so far apart, right? The Queen of Swords does not like the water, does not want to get wet, is going as high up into the atmosphere as it can. And the Queen of Cups is going so far deep into the ocean, getting as far away from air as I can. It's like they really don't like each other right now, right? What they got to do is sort of mingle and become friends again, because they need to sort of agree. We need to be able to talk to our emotions. We need to be able to think about how we feel and feel some sort of way about what we're thinking about. We have to work together with ourselves, right, in order to reach a kind of consensus here. So right now what we need to do is bring that extreme logic kind of out of hiding and see if we can get a somewhat objective look at how we're feeling right now. What is it that we don't like about this situation? I know we like the reward, whatever it is. What is it that we don't like? What is it that we feel is dysfunctional? Okay, we have to be able to ask these questions so that we can, the Emperor can have all the data in order to make that executive decision. And I think that the Emperor here has to take the place of our higher self. Okay, you don't want your emotions making the decision. You don't want your logic making the decision either. You don't want your appetites making the decision. You want your own highest authority to make the decision, in other words, right? You want your soul to make the decision. And again, what I'm kind of seeing here is that assemblage point between let's say the spiritual energy, the heart, and the mind. And if these three can line up, then we can make a decision and we know what changes to implement to get the passion back in our life, to get the reward, to get the courage to move forward. We know what to do and we can bring that other element in, or whatever. Maybe this is taking something away, maybe this is adding, but some change, right, needs to be implemented. We need to bring about change through our own behaviors, but we can only do that when the intuition, the instinct, the spirit, the heart, and the mind are in line. Okay? It's a consensus. It's a unanimous sort of alignment that needs to take place in you. And it's not easy to come to that kind of thing. Okay? Now, on the path of the serpent, I'd like to ask for your subscription, by the way. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It is free. So, your general energy is the Seven of Wands. This is us banging our head against a wall. Bang, 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 bang. I got a reward. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, I got a reward. pretty soon we're just banging our head against the wall. Nothing good is happening from it. So we keep approaching the same situation with the same behavior, and it's not working. It's like the law of diminishing returns, right? Keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Eventually it isn't going to work. Okay? So whatever we've been doing, whether this has to do with finances and spending, or our career, or our relationships, the effectiveness of how we've been behaving is not working anymore. It's not giving us the same return. So it's like we're banging our head against the wall and getting nothing out of it. If we keep doing the same thing the same way, we're not really learning anything, right? If you come up against the same problems, but we're behaving in the exact same way every time, we didn't learn anything from the last time. There's no growth there, okay? So we have to learn what wasn't working. We have to be able to look at it, and that's why we can't really use our emotions for this. We need our intellect, because we have to be able to look at what we've been doing and what hasn't been working, and why we've been doing the same thing, banging our head against that wall and getting the same result and wondering why my head hurts. The other thing, this card is kind of like saying, well, this is what I'm fighting for. This is valor. This is saying I'm not going to give up even if the odds are against me. Even if I know that this is going to kill me, I'm not going to quit. Okay? And that's part of the question that we have to ask. Is that worth it? Is that truly how you feel? And we do need the Queen of Cups. We do need to search the very depths of our soul to find out, do you love this enough that you are going to keep fighting for it no matter what? And if that's the case, you better learn something new still, so you're not just doing the same thing again with the same conditions. Approaching the same situation with the same behaviors and wondering why your head hurts. So if you love this enough, then we need that Ace of Pentacles. Either way, this is what we need. Looking at it objectively, if we think, no, then I don't want to keep doing that. I don't feel a resonance with this situation. I don't feel that this is really, that this is the right thing for me. My soul is not in alignment. Then we still need the Ace of Pentacles, because we need to do something else. We need to change something, right? So we need that alignment. And that Ace of Pentacles, this is the unknown factor of the change that you have to make, whether this is adding something new to the equation or removing yourself from this altogether. Okay. This might be beginning a new practice, beginning a new habit, setting up a new goal for yourself, and focusing on making this happen, right? I mean, either way, it is a goal, right? Either way, this is starting something new that we then have to apply all of our energy toward doing this. It's not enough to just say, this is how I feel and this is what I think, and this is what my soul wants to do. Okay, yay. Now what? Now you have to implement it, and you have to start doing it, otherwise it doesn't matter. You can know all the right answers, but if you don't write them down on the test, it doesn't count. You're still going to get an F, right? So we have to do the thing. That's why we've got this earth energy. And this is the earth energy that is going to help you solve this problem, in whatever way that is. This is difficult. The Three of Wands is in the position of the obstacle right now. The Three of Wands is you having that alignment of your soul. It's where your spirit, your heart, and your mind are in alignment. Okay? This is an identity. This is you knowing who you are and why you're here. This is virtue. This is you knowing what the right thing to do is. This is you doing it. Like I said, it's not enough to know what the right thing to do. If we keep making poor choices, it doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how much knowledge of self you have. If you keep making the wrong choices, or we keep banging our head against the same wall and not learning anything, it doesn't matter how much virtue you have, right? Because the virtue is really in the behavior. Virtue is knowing the right thing and and doing it. Okay, and that's the difficult thing right now. That's why this card's in this position. It may be that your soul knows the right thing to do, but you're having a difficulty in your mind and your heart saying, okay, we'll be in alignment. We'll sign off, right? You're having a hard time getting your heart and mind to sign off on perhaps what your emperor already knows is the right thing to do. This is how you become a magician. It's not easy work, okay? The Four of Swords is truce. This is the idea of your mind signing off, saying, okay, I'll put my name on it. I'll put my signature on the piece of paper. I agree to it. Maybe reluctantly. Maybe it's the heart that's going to be reluctant, but I feel like this is your mind coming out of hiding in a way, right? It's under the water energy. It's down in the surface. It's like we're not really thinking objectively at it. We're just in our feelings. This is you starting to think clearly, and you're reaching a conclusion. You're reaching a decision, saying, okay, all right, I know I don't feel good about this. And we're looking at these things like it's three separate components of you. But in all actual fact, it's one soul, it's one psyche, it's one mind, right? Your spirit, your heart, your mind are always together, intertwined, right? They are the same, essentially, right? But we split them apart into all of these different cards just to illustrate the point, just to be able to tell the story. But really, all of these are together. Hopefully, hopefully your spiritual self is at the top, right? And your mind and your heart are there, together. But hopefully, it is your higher self that is making the choices, and your heart and your mind are signing off and saying, okay. And in that sense, too, even with the Fours here, I kind of feel like your higher self, your spirit, kind of knows what to do and has already signed off, just waiting for the heart and the mind to sign off. Over here, we see the mind signing off, saying, okay, I agree, I'm on board. I give it my approval. But where's the water? Where's the Four of Cups, right? Is that going to be the mystery card? Well, maybe we should look. I would like to see the Four of Cups, because then we'd kind of say, okay, now the heart is saying, all right, I'm on board too. And we know what we need. And then we're making progress, right? So I'm expecting water energy, though I don't know what kind it's going to be. If you have a prediction, though, please put it in the comments down below. Temperance. The temperance is the joining together of heart and mind, right? It is the fusing together of all of these component parts. It's the alchemy of it all. It is the cauldron in which we put our spirit, we put our heart, we put our mind, we put our body, and we cook it all up into one thing, right? So to me, this kind of feels like, yes, you're reaching a consensus, that everything is going to mingle together. It's like you're just putting all of yourselves into a room until you reach a conclusion. It's like the jury, right? You're throwing all 12 jurors into a room until they agree on it. And you don't come out of there until it's unanimous, right? And that's kind of what it is. This is a pressure cooker. This is a situation that is going to mold you into the person you are meant to become. This is you being on the blacksmith's anvil, getting beat up a bit, right? This is a situation that is going to change you. It's going to make you stronger. This is one of those life experiences that is going to help to mold you into the person you are meant to become. Okay? We're all meant to go through difficult situations. We are all, at one time or another, on the blacksmith's anvil. And that is how we are molded and tempered into the magician. Okay? Into the magician. I think this is a strong confirmation. This at least should be reassurance that, you know what, you're meant to be here right now. This is maybe a difficult situation that you're in, and it's challenging to figure out the right way to go, but you're meant to be here. This is good for you. Trust in your spirit. Your spirit knows the right thing to do. It's just about your heart and your mind telling the body to do it. That is your virtue. Okay? That is the ability of the magician to know what to create, know what to manifest. The magician just has the power of manifestation. How do we know what to manifest? All right? We need the virtue. We need the alignment of our soul. Okay? This could be you trying to decide on a path, trying to decide on a goal, trying to decide on a career or a choice of schools or what to do about your current situation. It's all about this decision of which way to go and what to manifest and what goals to focus yourself on. We're going to do an extended reading. We'll do some oracle cards. I was going to call them miracle cards. We're going to do some oracle cards and an I Ching reading in the extended. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Pisces Thursday and Sunday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.